with the crew.
Yo, what's poppin', Crew Nation? You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It is your boy Jay, and today we're here to talk about the beef between Bryson Gray and John Keith. Now, how do we get to a point where a Christian conservative rapper drops a diss record to a Christian hip-hop artist? Well, y'all know I got y'all. Just go ahead and watch our last video, and you will know where we are and how we ended up in this situation right here. But we're here to talk about Bryson Gray's diss.
Your spirit is so feminine, it's something strange in them.
And react to the Loving Christian Hip Hop Reunion that was hosted by 520 Collective.
We're Christian artists. This is what we do.
No,
Zero,
that's what pastors do. I am a rapper, my
right,
gang. You know what I'm saying? Like let's act right.
Hey.
Shouts out to DJ. Shouts out to DJ Lawson Found and them boys over there, man. I believe that they were able to host a place where both sides can be heard. So let's just jump into this. What did I think about? Well, hold on. What did you guys actually think about this diss that dropped? There was a lot of people talking about it, and I want to know what you all think. 1-10 rated. Let me know what some of your favorite lines are from it. What do you guys, how do you feel about this? Who do y'all have up in this? Do you have John Keith with his couple of bars, or do you have Bryson Gray, dropping a whole diss record? Like, well, let me know what you all think, and I'll give y'all time to do that. As I give y'all time to do that, I want to let you all know about the Invasion Music Awards. Your boys are going to be on the red carpet happening June 24th, featuring people like Zonti and 1K Few. This is really dope for the culture, so y'all need to go and get y'all tickets. Go to Eventbrite and search the Invasion Music Awards. This is happening in Phoenix, Arizona. This is about to be epic. The other thing I want to let you all know is do not forget about the Godflow Hip Hop and Hope Fest happening in Minneapolis, Minnesota, featuring some of the dopest artists in the game like Mike Teasy and Portia Love. Oh yeah, Clifford Gray gonna be there too. Can I get a yeah? Oh, and this is ran by artists. Big shouts out to Sis and Lil Bro. I see you. They were also able to get Angela White, formerly known as Black China. So this thing is about to go crazy. You don't want to miss out. Make sure y'all go and get y'all tickets for that. Okay, so let's jump into this. What did I think about this record? Well, I told you guys that he was going to be very direct. I told you guys there would be a lot of strays thrown. And when this record came out, he was very direct. He basically said everything but John Keith is a little gay. And I mean, that was the gist of the record, but he definitely fired shots at Christian hip hop not standing on certain topics. So it really wasn't nothing outside of the ordinary.
If it ain't really for the kingdom, I can't hang with them. And your spirit is so feminine, it's something strange in them. You say music ain't your ministry, but CHH with them? Y'all make Christian rap, we make Bible rap, the wave different. Woo.
And as I heard this record, I was like, you know what? I don't think John Keith really need to respond to this. There wasn't nothing really crazy off in there, and the way that I've seen Bryson Gray go after certain things, that wasn't this. Like the way he's made records about other situations, that wasn't this, and I was expecting that, but that wasn't this. So I don't really think it's anything that John Keith has to respond to. So that's what I thought when I heard it. If I had to give it a number rating, he was very direct, so he gets a lot of points for that. 10 points. He was more direct than John Keith. However, because I don't know, he left a little bit to be desired. I expected a little bit more, so I give it a solid 7. It was a dope record, heavy 808s, Bryson Gray rapped in the pocket. So, as far as that, it was cool, but I didn't think it was anything that, kind of shook where John Keith stood as far as CHH. I don't think it wasn't a back-to-back type record. Like, it wasn't a record that he just had to respond to. So with that being said, like I said, it's a solid record. I give it a 7. But I thought that was where this was going to end up. I was like, hey, is this over? Is this kind of where it is? That was kind of anticlimactic, right? But okay, like, that's cool. Like, it doesn't have to go no further than that. But people started hitting me and was telling me like, yo, Bryson Gray gonna be on 520 Collective. I'm like, oh, okay, the finals on. So like, I really don't care about that right now. But then I started hearing that John Keith and my DJ Michael V was also going to be within his stream. So I'm like a little bit interested, but the finals are still going on, so I'm not about to worry about this right now. Now, as I got to catch up, I was able to see this, and I mean, it was a lot going on. Ruslan interrupting.
Maybe wants to respond.
Hey, Bryson.
To what you're
Hi,
saying.
bud. Couple things. One, my latest song, Sunshine, that just came out, actually calls out everything you talk about.
It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of assumptions. It was wild. However, you got to see both points. And the unlikely heroes of this episode of Love and Christian Hip Hop was Tory Deshaun and Mowgli the Iceberg. Tory Deshaun seemed to do something that a lot of people within the space wasn't able to do, and that was able to actually have a conversation where Bryson Gray understood where Bryson Gray was on the same playing field and he wasn't trying to win a debate. So big shouts out to him. You know, Thizzle said a lot of things about Tory Deshaun in the past and said that he's a voice, and in that moment, I definitely did, in fact, see that. And shouts out to Mowgli the Iceberg, who got on there and was able to offer a better perspective concerning music and why it was what it was. But like I said, it wasn't without his drama. You know, DJ Mike LV had to get in there and say, you know, a couple things had to.
Yeah, the question that's gonna try to move
every single thing we talked about. My brother, I asked you, how can we make equal ground? And you did this roundabout answer and gave me some BS excuse. I'm asking you flat out. There's a beef. There's an issue. How do we resolve the issue?
But they did, in fact, reach for an apology after figuring out all this stuff that they were accusing each other of was just based off of assumptions. They don't know each other. They don't know each other in their personal life. So that was kind of where it ended. But it didn't end in too big of a resolution. Bryson Gray apologized for what, you know, it was one of those, I apologize if I made you feel that, like one of those kind of apologies, or if you think that I'm sorry, like one of those. And then John Keith said he was sorry for saying he sounded like his aunt. So it wasn't, it didn't really come to a resolution on that end, but you know, it's not about that. It's about the conversation, and that was what was able to be had. Both sides were able to be heard. And I think that this is what needs to happen more often, right? There's nothing wrong with a couple of dudes throwing shots on a record, and it end up in this type of situation. We always say that we the subgenre of rap, right? We are Christian hip hop, but there are things that we do a little bit differently, and people throw shots all the time. That's the nature of the sport of hip hop. That's the essence of hip hop. However, it's the ending, right? It's what happens next. It doesn't have to end like so many of these other beats end. It can end in this situation, not a kumbaya moment, not a hug and hold hands, but it definitely was a moment where there was able to be understanding from both sides. Each side was able to understand why the person did what they did, or why they operated the way that they did for that split second. Now, whether or not they budged on their side of it, that remains to be seen. But it was definitely a moment once Tory Deshaun was able to come in and kind of bring the energy down to a more understanding point. Then at that point, it seemed that it was able to be an understanding. So where exactly do I land on this, right? Where am I at? Where do I see this going from here? Again, like I said, we are the subgenre. We are the little brother, the step brother that came into hip hop and was able to express ourselves the way that we do, right? That's kind of our place within the way that these genres sits. And these things happen all the time in hip hop. Shots are thrown all the time, but they don't always end this way. And I think that that's where we come in, right? We do that. And these two people got each other's attention, and they were able to have, however contentious it may have been, they were able to have a conversation, and at least were able to defend themselves rather than this just kind of being out there. So I think that this is kind of where it ends, and this is where it should end. Like I said, they don't have to hold hands. They don't have to kiss and hug. You know, they heard each other, and they can go about their business. Bryson Gray is not going to stop making the music that he wants to make, and John Keith probably is not going to let another situation like this get him as tight as he was, because John Keith wanted to do one thing, and that was ask why his manhood was questioned.
Just proved you to be logically inconsistent.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. You said, I'm quoting you. You said,
it's over.
You said sus means a little bit gay.
Bro.
John Keith. And you know what? Shouts out to DJ Mike LV and Ruslan. I think it kind of worked out well that Ruslan wasn't able to be there for the whole stream. John Keith was able to stand on his own. You know, that was my concern. Hey, everybody's going to come in and try to protect John Keith. It wasn't even like that. John Keith was able to stand on his own and really have that conversation man to man. So I think that's, you can't ask, you can't ask for nothing else. I think that was really dope of everyone involved. Hey, at the end of the day, everybody's going to remember this. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, y'all created a moment. And it is what it is, man. Why don't you all let me know what you all think? Hit that like button, hit that red subscribe button, put it in the comments. Let me know who y'all think got the best of this, who y'all think won this battle. Do you think that there needs to be anything further? Do you think, like I said, it ended and nobody hated each other at the end. Nobody really agreed with each other's stance, but nobody hated each other in the end. And that's all we can ask for. Like, yo, but I heard you, but I might have grabbed something that I could take with me and I can chew on a little bit. Like I can kind of see and maybe dive in that a little bit deeper. But hey, this is all you can ask for. Big shouts out to everybody involved, man. You already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, baby. It is your boy Jay, and it's on.